no one client is the same. You and I both know that. Every client has their own nuances and their own preferences and their own wherewithal to withstand market volatility when it strikes. Not a matter of if it strikes, right? It's a matter of when it strikes. Right. What their expectation is for their portfolio when market volatility comes about may dictate or mandate for us to deploy a life preserver strategy in their portfolio that has a parachute or a life preserver that if market volatility reaches a certain point, that portfolio may have an exit strategy. And as important as the exit strategy is in getting out of that market volatility, we also have a re-entry strategy as well. So that may become a part of a recommendation for a client to deploy an investment strategy with a stop loss embedded within it, for instance. Other mechanisms can be used as well to help buffer a client from the market's volatility, where investment losses are taken on first by, say, an insurance company that might take on the first 10, 15, or 20% of market losses before the client is exposed to those losses. So if the market index, say the S&P 500 as an example, declines by, let's say, 15%, if that client has a 10% buffer in their portfolio, their exposure would just be 5%, the amount that exceeds that buffer. So that's another avenue that we can take in protecting a client against market volatility and losses. These protection mechanisms tend to come along with a cost, and we're wholly transparent in that. But for a client who doesn't have the wherewithal to withstand a deep market correction or a bear market and just ride through that, I don't know that cost really enters the equation a whole lot in their consideration of whether these strategies are valuable or not. I think if it protects them from making that ill-fated decision of selling at the worst time when the market has declined by 15% or more, it's well worth that cost, in my view. So just to recap, we start with an understanding of a client's investment needs and preferences and their experiences through a series of assessments with the aim of identifying an allocation that's appropriate for them, that they can live with in good markets and that they can live with in bad markets. From there, we want to assess their ability to withstand market decline that is likely to be experienced. And if we become concerned about their ability to withstand that, then deploying other strategies to protect them on those market declines through either the stop loss mechanism or some type of a floor or buffer solution inside of their portfolio.
Wow, that's sounds complicated and very interesting how those options exist and how they're executed.
Yeah, it's something that I think the general public is maybe not aware of, that those types of solutions exist. And while the solutions do carry a certain element of complexity, it's our job to help simplify those concepts for our clients and then recommend those solutions where they're appropriate, and make certain that that we do our job in explaining them clearly so that the client does understand what the option is, what the opportunity is there in those kinds of solutions.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing that with us.